Listen, you're not gonna find anything on me, okay? Trust me.
Empty your pockets into the tray, sir, or we'll have to. Your pockets, sir?
Lady, the problem isn't in my pants.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes. There are no big interviews or panels this week at X-Men. There are just a couple comic issues that we're going to talk about. They're somewhat interesting. There might have been more than two, but there's only two we're going to talk about. S.w.o.r.d and Wolverine. Here with me to talk about it, as always, is the X-Men historian, the Marvel aficionado. Doc, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, there were actually three because Cable came out this week, but it's generic Duggan and Phil Noto's baby leg art, so we're not going to talk about that.
No need to. Things already canceled. It doesn't really matter. Although I guess Old Man Cable's supposed to come out for the finale on that one, but whatever. I already checked out of that one. So S.w.o.r.d's been good, but been, derailed so many times. Wolverine feels like it's been on the downslope a little bit. And it felt like we kind of got more of the same. Which one do you want to talk about first here this week?
Let's go with S.w.o.r.d.
All right, we got S.w.o.r.d. This one's from Al Ewing. And apparently something's already happened. I felt like I jumped right in the middle of the story. This is obviously related to the Last Annihilation. And we've got the Kree-Skrull Alliance under attack by the Mindless Ones from Dormammu. And we're just kind of thrown right in the middle of a battle here, Doc.
Yeah.
Once again, S.w.o.r.d it can't be its own thing.
It's the sacrificial lamb for every event, so that they can do an X tie-in. It's the sacrificial lamb. Good on Al Ewing, I guess, for falling on that sword. But at some point, this book has to exist as more than just the tie-in to whatever event is going on at the time, and it hasn't found that yet. I mean, we're what, like 8 issues in, and I still have no fucking clue what this book is supposed to be about. Because we're thrown right in. We have no idea what's going on. They did a really poor job this time around. At least with some of the other ones, it felt like they led into it a little bit and let you get your feet under you a little bit, for the King in Black tie-in and I think there was another tie-in
Hellfire
already.
Gala.
Yeah, Hellfire Gala. No, but there was a third event that it's already tied into. This is already its third event but regardless, it doesn't really matter. In the past, it felt like they let you get your feet under you a little bit, and introduce you to what the event is. This time around, they didn't bother. They're just like, fuck it. Here's Hulkling fighting some mindless
Glory.
ones. Yeah, with some dude named Captain Glory that looked like a goddamn 1980s cartoon character. Like some generic Captain Power character. I have no idea who he was. I don't know if I was supposed to give a shit, but he dies because why not? But yeah, I mean, look, I get it to some degree. This book's about trying to expand the mutant influence across the galaxy or the universe. And so tying it into whatever the current cosmic event makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So that's going on, but it's also tying directly into Hellfire Gala. We're getting the fallout, I guess, of the terraforming of Mars. It's no longer Mars. It's the planet of Arakko. And we've got the region of Mars, or is she the region of Arakko? I thought they called her the region of Mars. Storm in here. She's having a sit-down dinner with Doom. Some playing back and forth. I found it be quite boring. Well, they were really playing up that Storm is she the most important mutant in the entire galaxy now? Feels like it.
I guess. It seems like this kind of came out of left field, in my opinion. It's like they just decided, Storm's gonna. I mean, look, I love Storm. She's one of my favorite characters, but there was no build up to this at all. They're just like, okay, and now she's queen of the the solar system.
Yeah,
because
Deja Thoris.
Yeah. For whatever reason, they just kind of decided, like, there is no build up to anything. It's just Marvel Comics' idea of plot progression is just and then for everything at this point.
Yeah, we're seeing kind of some of the fallout of everything that happens. Apparently, they found this new metal. It has a stupid generic
Mysterium.
Mysterium.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
Not unobtainium.
Yeah, it's apparently it's in the cosmos. Doom intimates that they may have went to heaven to find it, and it's imbued with magic, and them grabbing magic since they have no idea what they're doing with magic is thrown off the balance of things. And it's certainly hinted at that's the reason Dormammu is breaking through from the dark dimension and sending his forces in. And there's a 3-pronged attack on 3 different places. I guess he's also taken over Ego, the living planet, as a stronghold.
Yeah, I got nothing on this. I haven't really been keeping up with much of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I bought a couple of the books just because of Brett Booth's covers, but I didn't read them. So I have no idea what's going on at this point. Doom being there makes no damn sense to me. I guess he's just there to be the
He's a plot device to give information about how they've thrown off the balance of things with magic by saying, you need me to help you show this. She's like, we don't need you for dick. But thank you for letting the audience know that us acquiring Mysterium has made this impact.
Yeah. I mean, he was just there for literally that reason, just for
exposition.
Exposition. He was an exposition vessel because, doing more white pages would have been that's how
plenty of white pages in this comic as well.
I know,
like 3 of them at least.
Yeah, I know. They couldn't do any more white pages, so they had to actually bring in a character to just monologue for us.
There's some interesting stuff going on here. I don't think it's exactly put together well. There's essentially no transitions.
No,
the transition is turning the page and then you're onto another story. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, it jumps back and forth kind of jarringly. Like the art in this issue was pretty good. I liked it. I think this was Stefano Caselli. The story wasn't bad. It was just poorly structured. It was very jarring.
This comes out of left field if you've actually been reading S.w.o.r.d.
Yeah, where did
this come from?
Yeah, this kind of reminds me very similarly of the early John Hickman X-Men issues in that each one was just completely fucking different and there was absolutely nothing that really holds it together. There was a cool kind of, I guess you could say, reveal at the end. They were talking like Hulkling was talking about how the Avengers and Alpha Flight never showed up, even though he called for backup. And that was kind of a recurring theme throughout it from like the first
specifically
page.
Alpha Flight. They are worth nothing.
Yes, they are fucking worthless. And I mean, I kind of enjoy like making fun of the fact that Alpha Flight and Captain Marvel's, cosmic group is getting shit all over constantly in S.w.o.r.d. I mean, they've been kind of doing it since the beginning. But they're talking about how, there was a lot. I did dig like kind of the reveal at the end with the subterfuge that Abigail Brand is doing. She's trying to set herself up as like commander of the galaxy, while Storm is queen of the galaxy. So she's like the military leader of the galaxy. And I guess this is her way of kind of giving a big FU to Carol Danvers.
I think it's more like the military commander of the solar system, the Sol system.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we did get there was a rescue party. The team from S.w.o.r.d. showed up just to save Hulkling after everybody had fallen, including, I don't know, does the next accuser, did the accuser fall? It never really actually showed that. That person just never responded.
Yeah, that I think she fell, but I couldn't tell. It wasn't very clear. And I think they left that pretty intentionally vague because I'm betting all like the real plot stuff with Last Annihilation is going to be going on in the Guardians book and some of the other ones. They couldn't really do too much plot advancement wise, at least when it comes to the main characters of Last Annihilation. This was kind of, side quest territory for that event. So they killed off one guy that nobody knew who the fuck he was, and then got Hulkling get saved by S.w.o.r.d.
Yeah. All right, let's get over to Wolverine 14. I'm a little upset about this one, Doc. You know why?
Because nothing really happened.
Well, no, it's the cover. The cover's cool. You got Solemn on the cover. Thankfully, this character's finally come back. One of the few bright spots in Ten of Swords.
And then he doesn't.
Not in the comic book.
Well, I had a lot more issues with it than that.
I got more issues, but that's the first thing that just shows up. You're like, where the hell's this character?
Yeah, you kind of expect him, it's Wolverine investigating the Marauder that had gotten fucking
the Logic Diamonds,
ocean jacked, and Christian Frost that nobody gives a shit about got thrown into the water.
Well, Emma Frost cares.
Well, nobody else gives a shit. Maybe Bobby does. And yeah, they stole the Logic Diamonds that kind of came they were also out of nowhere plot thing that got added in during Hellfire Gala, and now they're making it into a thing. I mean, I guess they're sort of interesting. Why anyone on Earth would even know what the fuck a Logic Diamond was, considering that nobody knows what they are, because they're pretty much new inventions for this thing. Enough to want to steal it, at least.
We got Adam Kubert back, thankfully. It's not a Scott Easton comic book. So the art is pretty darn good. I got some vibes from The Usual Suspects, like who is Kaiser Soze? You got a burning boat. You have one survivor. He's at the hospital. You gotta go and question him, kind of thing.
Yeah. I got the same thing. It was very. Yeah, we all saw The Usual Suspects. But it wasn't bad. It was Wolverine kind of in a more traditionally early solo book Wolverine, him running around Madripoor investigating crimes, kind of being Claw Batman. And he's trying to figure out who stole the boat. He finds there a bunch of Russians that are dead inside, and
it seems like there's been a xenomorph on the boat because something is kind of eaten through the hole and stuff.
Acidic blood. Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm like, wait, are they actually going to do like a xenomorph?
I kind of thought they were for a second.
For a half a second, I thought they might. I mean, since aliens are back at Marvel, so. But no, it wasn't. It was some guy that looked like the mutant leader from Dark Knight Returns, with the same fucked up face and teeth and everything, except for he's a pirate, and it's this bunch.
He's not just a pirate, Doc. He's an Iraqi pirate. Yeah. He didn't go to Mars like the rest of them. He's apparently escaped with some of his pirate buddies, and they are in. I think it's called. Was it Truant Bay?
Yeah, something like that. It's some cove where the mist never goes away.
That's it. Yeah. It makes Madripoor look like the Vatican.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, cool, pirates hanging out, doing pirate shit, having jousts on fucking ski-doos and stuff.
Kind of like Waterworld.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, I mean, hey, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of like, okay, I don't care about this. And then there was the one thing that really bugged me though during this scene while Wolverine's kind of interrogating this big giant pirate guy.
It's called a parlay, Doc. He's a pirate. They're on parlay.
I know. They had, they're sitting there hanging out, drinking whiskey. and having and asking each other questions. Yeah. They're asking each other questions, each giving each other a little piece of information. And Wolverine is like, even though he is part of X-Force, which is basically mutant cops and security, that one of he's there like, yeah, I'm not here to discuss or arrest you for all the humans you killed in violation of one of the major laws of Krakoa, of you can't kill humans. No, it doesn't matter, but he's still on Earth. The Iraqis are not on Earth anymore, so no mutants allowed to. Doesn't matter whether it's a citizen of Araco. That's a law of mutantdom, because mutantdom, even though it extends past Araco's borders or Krakoa's borders. So I that did bug me.
I think once you accept Krakoan citizenship, everything you've done has been absolved, and then you have to operate under the new rules.
Okay, maybe you're right, but still doesn't particularly matter to me. It just kind of
Wolverine doesn't give a shit. He just wants to know who took the logic diamonds.
I know. He wants to know who took the logic diamonds. He wants to know who destroyed the ship. He wants to know and who set up the deal. And turns out they finally get around to it right at the end of the fucking issue and have just a little teaser of Solemn.
Yeah. And he's at the very bottom.
Yeah. I mean, the
same person that cut off my nose set this up. And he throws his nose on the table.
Yeah. He throws his little bee mask thing. I never understood why it looked like he was wearing a bumblebee on his face for his mask to hide his missing nose, but okay, whatever. It was an interesting, at least this issue had, I liked the art. There was a decent bit of action. It kind of, there was a lot of mystery in this, but it feels like we're going to get some, we got some payoffs from some of the early mysteries of the book by the end of the issue. So it seems like it's going in the right direction, but having Solemn on the cover, doesn't that kind of spoil the end if that's going to be like your big surprise at the end? Hey, that guy is back.
I would like to have actually seen the character. What do you think about Sever? I think it's Sever Blackmore.
Yeah, I think that's his name. I don't know. He looks like, it looks like Adam Kubert just literally copied the mutant leader from Dark Knight Returns.
Because that's a character worth knowing. Is this a comic book people should be buying as a speculative?
No, I would say it's not. From a spec, I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to be some just generic guy that might show up from time to time. I don't think he's going to be anything major. I could be wrong on that though, but I feel like he's kind of just a fill-in. He's just filling a role. I'm betting most of these, there's a reason why you didn't even get introduced to the rest of his crew, because they're gonna be forgotten. The whole point of this was just set up so that it could lead
100% setup issue.
It could lead Wolverine to running into Solemn again without running directly into him. He had to get, follow a trail to somebody else, that somebody else was going to put him on the track to go find Solemn. It was good. I mean, I liked the issue. I really did enjoy it. It was definitely the best of the 3X issues to come out this week.
Yeah, I would give S.w.o.r.d. like 3.5 stars. I would give this one 4. The art's really good.
It really is.
It's going somewhere that, it didn't feel like it was 100% out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like a lot of what S.w.o.r.d. was.
Exactly. S.w.o.r.d. is the sacrificial book. Wolverine at least has a story to tell. Even if the cover spoiled the big surprise at the ending.
Well, it sets you up for false expectations. I thought Solemn was going to be in the book, not in the book.
I know. Yeah. And if they were if you put him on the cover, use him in the book. If you're not going to use him in the book and you want to make him the surprise at the end, don't put him on the cover and use him on the cover of the next issue.
Wolverine on the cover with a pirate hat and a sword fighting some pirate mutant, and that sells the book.
Yeah, exactly. You could have done that. It would have probably been better. and wait and use this cover for next month. Once Solemn has been revealed at the end.
Once you see Wolverine's fighting pirates, you're in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, Wolverine and Madripoor stories are always they always work. So I you know what? I did enjoy it. It was probably about a 4-star. Real quick though, Cable, Jesus Christ, that fucking book was terrible. Phil Noto should never ever draw action comics because he has the most boring camera angles. It was the most flat angle. Like it was supposed to be like some giant war between Kid Cable, Adult Cable, Cyclops, Jean, Hope, Deadpool, Esme or Emma or one of the fucking cuckoos versus Strife and his demon army. It was the most boring shit. It was the worst action comic that I have ever read. So
it feels like hyperbole, but I get what you're saying.
No, like from an action standpoint, it made CW level like action TV show look like the goddamn Avengers.
That's the reason I'm not reading that book. I'm glad I didn't waste my time. Doc, I want to say thank you very much for coming over here and talk about X-Men. We got 2 issues. I would recommend both of them. I wouldn't highly recommend either one of them, but they're certainly interesting. The Wolverine story feels like it's going somewhere a little bit more familiar. We'll see with S.w.o.r.d. It keeps bouncing around, and it's really it just hurts the whole comic.
Yep, absolutely. It needs to have its own voice, but Wolverine's good.